everyone, or should that be bonjour, and welcome to today's edition of Wardrobe Workout Wednesday featuring the classic Breton Stripe Tee. Now, before we get into things, I thought I'd give you a little fun fact about the Breton Stripe and where it actually originated from. Well, it actually dates back to 1858 when it was adopted by the French Navy as their uniform for a couple of really interesting reasons. The first one being when the seamen fell overboard, the stripes would be easily recognizable in the water so that they could be rescued. And the other feature of the traditional Breton stripe was both the three-quarter sleeves and the neckline. So they created the original with a boat neck, which is the neckline that sort of splices across the top of the collarbone like that, and a three-quarter sleeve so that the sailors, if they were washed overboard, could easily take it off over their heads, wave it around so that they could be rescued. Interesting, hey? So most of you have probably got a striped t-shirt, whether it be a short sleeve, long sleeve, three-quarter sleeve, some variation of a stripe in your wardrobe, as I have. And the star of today's show is this long sleeve striped crew neck t-shirt from my friends at Basic. Now, Basic, as many of you may know, they are Australian born and bred. They are designed in Australia. They are still made in Australia. They're one of my absolute favorite go-to brands for anything from your casual basics, your tees, your drop crotch pants, all the way through to their ready-to-wear collection. I have a lot of Basic. I find that they are pieces that I just wear and wear in my wardrobe. They're not necessarily pieces that are absolutely in fashion. They're just really beautiful pieces and great tailored clothing that, in my opinion, last the test of time. I will link the t-shirt in the comments. Thank you guys from Basic. I hope you enjoy my styling of your t-shirt. So let's start talking about the width of stripes, because that's something that's actually really, really important and can make the difference between something making you look slimmer as opposed to making you look wider. So in general terms, the narrower the stripe, the more flattering it will be on your body. If you're someone who is top heavy, carries their weight in the upper body, tummy, boobs, then you definitely want to avoid a wide horizontal stripe. Stick with something that is darker. So this one you can see is the black and the white, nice narrow stripe, very, very flattering, because stripes do something really interesting to the eye. They almost create a little bit of an illusion. They create a bit of a distortion when the stripes are nice and narrow. So even if you're someone who feels top heavy, and maybe you're someone who's been told before, oh no, if you're this size or this shape, you can't wear stripes, that's complete rubbish. Everyone can wear a stripe, but universally a narrower stripe will be a lot more flattering. So keep the stripes narrow. While I'm here, let's talk about necklines and sleeve lengths. So a lot of classic Breton stripes will be a crew neck or maybe a boat neck. And I mentioned earlier the boat neck is something that sort of just almost splices almost horizontally across the shoulder line. And that's actually a really nice neckline if you're someone who's quite narrow in your shoulders. Having that horizontal line going across there actually provides a little bit of width to the shoulder line. It's also, because it opens up the neckline a little bit more, if you're someone with a bigger bust, it can also be a really flattering neckline rather than something like what I'm wearing, which is sort of the high crew neck. And I think for me, it's something about the neck, again, like I mentioned in the white shirts IGTV last week. I don't love a boat neck on me because I think that, again, it goes back to maybe I feel a little bit too exposed and it makes my neck look too long, but it's definitely something worth considering. I love the good old classic crew neck, but again, if you're someone who really doesn't like the feel of anything too tight, maybe you are very big busted and you feel that the high neck combined with the stripes just makes you look like you're all boobs, then you can also go for something that has a scoop neck or a V-neck. There are plenty of options of those around too. So ladies, it doesn't matter what style, what neckline you choose, as long as it's a stripe, keep them narrow, you'll be able to recreate all these looks. And before I start to get into creating some looks, let's talk about sleeve length. So I have, obviously this one is a full length sleeve. I'm going to leave this one nice and long and sort of just try and demonstrate the difference the sleeve length can actually make to your body type. So now let's just pull that up gently so that it becomes a 3/4 sleeve. Now, instantly, I hope you can sort of see that it does actually make a difference. Just exposing the wrists, exposing a bit of that forearm, just takes away the abundance of fabric, the abundance of stripes. Then, if I go even further up, and obviously you can just do this with your t-shirts. If they're a longer sleeve, you can push them up, you can roll them up. Now I've gone to elbow length, and I personally think elbow length is the most flattering sleeve length for most women. The reason being really simple. I'm just going to pull these up a little bit. Simple reason is that if you have a look where my elbow is, and this will be where your elbow is too, it is at the same point as your waist. So visually, it's very, very flattering because it draws the line to your waist. So if you're someone who feels like they don't have much of a natural waist, maybe carries their weight in their waist, also weight in their tummy, sorry, also big busted, going for elbow length is very, very flattering. And you can also see how it's breaking up the squareness of the top, the combination, particularly with the high neckline and the stripe. So elbow length is really good. And I will just go up to here. So if you've got a t-shirt, and which I've got a lot of, the difference with the t-shirt is that now the line, so if you see where the end of the sleeve length, basically where the eye is drawn, is now at the bust. So being smaller busted, this length of t-shirt suits me very well because it almost becomes an extension of my bust line. Can you see that? However, if you're big busted, then this can be a tricky sleeve length because again, it's just where the eye is drawn. So keep in mind sleeve lengths. Maybe you can alter them as you can see what I'm doing. You can change them around. But personally, I think, and I would probably do this, you'll probably see that I'll do this with this most of the time. I'm just going to scrunch the sleeves up to make it a 3/4. So we've covered off stripes, the width of stripes, we've talked about necklines, we've talked about sleeve lengths. I will pop back in at the end. Are you ready for some outfits? I'm going to secretly tell you that I have done lots of takes of this today. The words just aren't coming out of my mouth, but I finally got on a bit of a roll and hopefully I wasn't wafting on for too long. Okay, let's get into it. I thought I'd finish off today with a nod to the French with my slightly Parisian chic look, with my little necktie, my classic indigo jeans, some red shoes, and of course the red lippy, which is always a perfect match with a stripe. So hopefully, ladies, you can see how versatile a good old stripe is in your wardrobe. And the great news is it's a really affordable item to add to your wardrobe. You can get a striped t-shirt at any price point. What I also love about a stripe is that it is classic, it is timeless, and it is completely ageless. Thanks for watching. I shall see you soon. I've got a whole lot of mess to clean up and I am exhausted. We'll see you next time. Bye.